dairy-free potato and leek soup. Hi everyone, it's Rain here. Today I'm making a vegan potato and leek soup. This cozy soup recipe is easy, comforting, and perfect for using up the fall harvest. These are the ingredients that you'll need. First of all, you need leeks. I have 2 to 3 large leeks here. You're going to need 3 pounds of potatoes. For me, that's about 12 small potatoes. You'll need 2 celery stalks, 1 medium onion, 4 cups or 1 liter of vegetable broth or any broth that you like, a splash of white wine, and that's optional, 2 tablespoons or 34 grams of vegan butter, and that's optional too, 2 tablespoons or 19 grams of extra virgin olive oil. And if you want to omit the vegan butter, you can just double up the olive oil. Okay, I'm going to start by preparing my leeks. Now what I'm using are the white and light green areas. I'm not using the dark leaves because apparently they can be quite bitter. So let's just discard that. I'll put that in the compost and I'll cut the end off here. Now I want to really thinly slice these. And when I'm done thinly slicing them, I'm going to put them in my colander. You can see the shadow of my colander here. I'm going to stick them in there and give them a really good rinse because leeks tend to have a lot of dirt in them. So away I go preparing my leeks. I've already peeled my potatoes and I'm going to thinly slice these as well. Everything is thinly sliced so that it will evenly cook. And if you had a kitchen, a kitchen food processor, that would be an easy way to slice everything up if you wanted to do that. I have one, but I don't know, it makes a lot of noise and it's a bit of a mess to clean up, so I don't mind doing this by hand. So I'm going to slice all of my potatoes. Next up, I'm going to thinly slice my celery. Just going to get the yucky ends off. And I'm going to put these in the same bowl as the potatoes because the potatoes and the celery are going into the pot at the same time. So I don't mind mixing them. Next up is my onion. Same drill, thinly sliced. I said recently in one of my videos that my knife sure could use some sharpening, and every time I slice onions, I notice that. So one of these days, I'll find a way to get it sharpened. Right, disregard those. Oh, we've got a little bit of the skin here that causes the eyes to tear up so badly. into my pot over a medium heat, I'm adding the vegan butter and the olive oil, and I'm going to let that heat up a little bit. Everything's starting to sizzle, so I'm going to add my leeks. And my onion. I'll give that a little bit of a stir. And I'm going to let that cook over medium heat for about 7 minutes, stirring occasionally so nothing sticks to the bottom. Now I'm going to add the potatoes and the celery. I'm going to reduce my heat just a little bit, and I'm going to continue to cook this for 8 minutes. Now make sure you stir this often because the potatoes and the celery have a lot of moisture in them and they tend to stick to the pot. So let this go for 8 more minutes, stirring often. All right, at this point, I'm going to add my little splash of wine. Like I said, that's optional. For me, it gives it a nice flavor, but also wine helps to deglaze the bottom of your pot. And when I say deglaze, I mean it helps to release all of the little burnt bits that are at the bottom of your pot. Those actually contain a lot of the flavor of the vegetables that are in your pot, so you kind of want to get all of that up. And now what I'm going to do is take 1 cup of the 4 cups of my broth, add that to the pot, and I'm going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes until the vegetables are nice and soft. So I added my broth, and now I'm going to wait until that comes to a simmer and let that go for 15 minutes. You can cover it at this point if you like. Now I'm going to add the last 3 cups of broth to my soup. I'm going to turn the heat up to high, give that a little stir, and I'm going to bring that to a boil. And once it boils, I'm going to turn it down and simmer it covered for 20 minutes. Oh, it smells divine. This smells so good. It's autumn here as I record this video, and it is perfect soup weather. Let the soup cool and then blend. If it's too thick, you can add some more broth or some water. This delicious fall harvest soup hits the spot when served with some delicious warm homemade bread. I hope you enjoyed this video, my friends. If you did, please like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I love your comments and I do reply to them. So we'll see you next time on Rain's Kitchen and Garden. Bye!